It looks like we are live right now. Hello, everyone with Tia El de Lieva, the Elven Spiritual Path. This is Cal and Terniel, like, you know, in the name tag here. We have Dave and Dekindre here with us. Guys want to say hi to our
everyone.
Wonderful attendance at this point? This is so awesome. You guys look so great. Oh my gosh. Peachy Fruit says hello. Oh my gosh. How are you, girl? We got Mariel is in the house too. Can you believe this, you guys? So Ian, we have Merlin, our latest new teacher. Wow, he's just been so enthusiastic about our material. We really appreciate it. Linda is in the house. Hey, Linda, what's going on? And On God Carr. And let's see, who else? Okay, we mentioned Ian. Okay, Merlin, Mariel. I'm making sure I caught everybody's name that's in the house. So,
right.
Okay, I did get a note earlier this morning from Faith Gibson. So she's one of our teacher level people also. And I just wanted to tell our community that her husband experienced a heart attack last night and she's been in the emergency with him. And we were talking about accidents and you know, heart attack, you know, like these kinds of things earlier. This full moon apparently has just been absolutely stressful. I ended up getting hit last night in the parking lot at one of the 24-hour stores here in Montana. And the lady that hit me was 20 minutes earlier at the Walmart down the street, which, by the way, my daughter works at, okay, and told me that the reason that she ended up hitting my car was because she was freaked out and really preoccupied with the energy of a shooter in the parking lot in Missoula, if you can believe this stuff. No, and I didn't even believe her. I was like, no, she can't. No, she's trying to get out of this. She's lying to me, right? Turns out her story checks out. And then I'm like freaking out thinking that my daughter was in danger. So I couldn't sleep until I heard from her. And so she's fine and she wasn't even at work. But yeah, can you guys imagine Missoula, a shooter in freaking Walmart? Really? Missoula? You know, this is just too weird. And then I'm talking to Dave and Dave says, oh yeah, we got our car hit last night too. What is going on with
actually yesterday afternoon at the combination hardware store feed store, you know, but basically an old dude backed right into us. We weren't in the car at the time, but he backed in enough it didn't really dent it, but it did scrape a bunch of paint off his car onto ours, you know, so.
Wow.
And cracked the back tail.
I mean, I'm glad that the damage was very tiny. Yeah. I mean, you know, I just wonder what kind of energy, because I've been clearing my energy, my ascension. I've been very sick since the 20th, okay, the equinox for the last, like from the equinox till 5 days later, I was in so much pain. I actually broke down and took Advil for the first time in well over a decade. It might be 15 years, okay? I never take that stuff, okay? And then I just had all this inspiration and all of this stuff, and my life is going to be changing a lot. And I mean, you know, my personal life, but also my career aspirations, because I decided to change how I make money a little bit, because I had a discussion with my son back in Yule. So, you know, Yule, equinox, like seasonal, you know, changes. And I really considered what he said. And so I took action at the equinox. And at the equinox also, I was burning a money drawing candle for the household that I'm staying in right now. And all kinds of stuff went sideways there too. I mean, like good things coming in, lots of prosperity, lots of things, but a lot of cleansing reactions. And so I just can't help but think, like, what did we really miss? Like, how were we being protected when we still get hit? And we still get sick, and we still get all of this stuff. And just wondering if anybody in our community has been, besides Faith, who is all obviously already experiencing it with her husband in having a heart attack in the emergency right now. So anybody in the community? Yes. Okay. Linda says prayers and candles being lit. Thank you. This full moon has been challenging energy-wise. If that isn't the understatement of the world, I don't know what it is anymore. Oh man. I guess that maybe it's probably better that the accident happened where I wasn't in pain, right? So,
right.
Oh, and by the way, there is a beautiful little kitty here at this property. Smoochers, do you want to be a movie star? He is such a sweet, affectionate kitty. His name is Smoochers. It's Smoochers.
I see him. He's cute.
I love the kitties. Everywhere I go, there's kitties.
Yeah, me
Merlin
too.
says, had dream about mirror world and everything opposite. Weird. Okay, I was just doing a reading yesterday, and the reading was fantastic. Okay, so I went to their house, I did the reading, everything was amazing, and I left and I get hit with the car, right? So part of that theme was mirroring, because there was like, it's hard to describe, but there was a couple of people in the reading, without describing too much, for confidentiality reasons. I know, smoochers, isn't it pretty? The theme was mirroring. Literally, like everything in one person's chart was opposite everything else in the other person's chart. It was literally like, right? Mm-hmm. And he's trying to rub the computer. Oh crap. Don't do it. It might fall. I have it on like teetering. You just stay on my lap, baby boy. So yeah, just this energy has been so strange. So I just really hope that you guys are just knowing that apparently the earth wants us to rise. It wants us to, really own our light, and says we're sweeping out a big piece of the darkness that was around you before. And it just is. And look at Smoocher's turned the page of my document. And he keeps rubbing on the computer. Smoochers, I can't have this. I'm gonna have to. No.
I can actually see it moving.
I know energy wise, we're also going through shortly about the time of the equinox, we're going through a massive dimensional shift.
Yes.
One of my friends out here,
maybe not necessarily astrology. We also started a new Sun-Venus cycle the other day too.
Because one of my friends out here, who is a very gifted seer, was telling me that reality as we understand it is unraveling and restructuring itself. Because I know, like, energy wise, I had a set of memories that occurred. And I'm going, I already did this activity. My other half and my mother-in-law are going, no, you didn't. And yet I had memories. He's like, people are going to remember things. There's going to be accidents, but you'll remember things that didn't happen that you thought did. So he said, he was saying that, energies are shifting really weird.
Yeah. Wow, that's very interesting. You know what? We had a similar situation with a memory mix-up of having things done in our household too. There was some kind of mix-up with, who did what, or something like that. And then the person's like, I know it was like you were standing right there when I said this, and they're like, no, I would have remembered. You know what I mean? Like it was just one of those things. So yeah, I think that there is a dimension shift, and when that does happen, it is very, bumpy ride, while we're getting our body back together. And I know for real that when I was sick for that 5 days, because I had not been that sick for, just with it's a hormonal headache that I'd been getting since being perimenopausal, like some, 16, 17 years ago. And I used to get a monthly headache, like a total, like horrible, like where I would have to sleep for 3 days headache and nothing worked to make it go away. Merlin says, yeah, pay attention to Mandela effects. Exactly. That's exactly what that is. Where maybe if I hold Smoochers like this, he won't do anything.
Good luck with the cat.
So it's usually lasts 3 days, which is a moon. You know, that's how long it takes the moon to go from one sign to the next. So I figure, okay, it's usually, you know, once a month or whatever. So when it was lasting 5 days and my pain was getting worse rather than better, because now the pain is not in my head anymore, but it's in my joints, and I couldn't lay and sleep. And like nothing would let me sleep. And I mean, I was like gonna cry, I swear, this time. I'm like, I can't do this for many days at a time. I will lose it. I will totally lose it. And I came into the room and, you know, I'm like, you know, like the lady I'm staying with, I'm like, Esther, man, where is the Advil? And she's looking at me like, are you sure? Because she knows me. She knows that I will do herbs over, you know, like every time. And I just wanted the pain to dial back a little bit, you know. Okay, Peachy Fruit says, I had a very weird experience where my time of the month was over 1 month late from February to just last week. Although there was nothing wrong or different about me. Oh, interesting. Okay, a month from, okay, so February, meaning probably earlier in February, and then just almost like so like kind of a 6-week type of thing. Peachy Fruit, yeah, I got some stories for you. I actually, after my husband died, I ended up bleeding straight for 5 months. And I had to have a shaman help me stop bleeding. And it turned out that he found out that I was constantly under attack. I will not, you know, mention the attacker, but I'll just say family, okay? And that attack was set by her, if you will, her entities to constantly attack me. And my body was bleeding from that. Like, so now part of this was me grieving my husband, okay? So that happens, but the fact that it went on for 5 months, they decided that that's, you know, what would happen. And yeah, it was constant attack. And it literally stopped right when our phone call happened. I could feel it even like working as I made the appointment with him. And he's a Native American healer, dowser guy, really, really gifted guy. He's here in Montana, actually. His name is Sarah, and I haven't talked to him for many years now, but he has made some things like stop with me happening. And that was one of the times, was stopping bleeding for me all the way back then in 2013. So, yeah, so girl, man, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff going on with, yeah, because we feel it in our menstrual cycles a lot of times. We do. We'll feel it in our cycle. And, you know, the moon is also really tied with our cycle. And isn't it interesting that we have the full moon and Yestarë starting at the same time. So basically the theme of the year is going to be kind of very full moon kind of energy for the whole year. We're going to have a lot of, you know, full moon kind of energy this year. Like, I think that we're just going to be riding a wave like all year, you know. Now that could be good because there can be a lot of bounty and a lot of change and beauty coming in, but man, like, you know, what we have to let go of to make room for that, right? So it might be something like that right now. So I did want to tell you guys, okay, Smoochers is back. Oh, maybe that's why I'm wearing animal print, because I match him, right? I know, right? It's scary, but it's kind of like exhilarating too, because I mean, it means that there is so much abundance that probably wants to come to us, and we just need to raise our levels of light in order to do that. And when we raise our levels of light in our body, we have to let go of things that are darkness. And so we can't, so what's happening is the universe is saying, okay, guys, you got to up your discernment, because right now, like maybe, you know, before you could like deal with that person that, you know, is you know, under your level, you know, like in whatever way it is, like you could just like, oh yeah, whatever. No, we're actually being required to take a knife and cut some of these cords even further from people that are drawing negative, you know, like drawing on us in a negative way. That the universe is saying, nope, we're needing all the light for the ascension, and everything in your field that is in the way needs to go. You cannot be dealing with, you know, this kind of half-assed situation. You know what I'm saying? These things where, you know, it's good enough. You know, do you know what I'm talking about, you guys? Like where it's like, I think that it's like, and we can't do it anymore. We have to be like, nope, we got to go up a level. Merlin says, full moon all year. Some people can't even take those energies. I know. I'm one of them. Okay. I mean, I'm sitting here, buckle up. You're in the Millennium Falcon.
Well, the actual light was so intense that my daughter Eleanor hasn't been able to sleep for the past 2 nights.
Only 2 nights? I haven't been able to sleep for a week.
Because it
you guys can tell, right?
The increasing light will wake her up, you know, like at 2 or 3 in the morning, you know.
Oh, interesting. So she's waking up even like before the sunrise. And
as it starts to set to the west, because the bedroom is on the west side of the house. So then, even though we have shades, it's enough light around the curtains to apparently wake her up. So we've been dealing with that.
Wow. So Peachy Fruit says, true. So many things get brought to a head on the full moon. I think she means a head, but for it to be constant all year will mean a constant stream of wild events, both good and bad. And maybe that's why the cat is just now clawing the cow. I'm going to be on your scruff, buddy. No. You cannot do that. No.
You're also dealing with a cat.
I am dealing with a cat, and it's not my cat. So, you know,
you have to have Richard Parker roar at
the cat, you know, scratch the couch. I won't let that happen, you know, because that's, you know, sorry, cat. You know, like,
oh, you're busy. Pay attention to
your post, baby smoochers. There's another cat here too, who's pretty old, but he's in the other side of the house. He's really cute though. And he's sick, and he's in the sun a lot.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
We have an older cat like that. He's not really that sick, but he's old, so he prefers to lay in the sun. Yeah. Merlin, you're not kidding. LOL, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. That's absolutely right. Oh man, Aries season is on. You know what I mean? So we should probably get ready for ritual and make sure that my phone is not going to interrupt us. 12:34. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here in Mountain Time. So when I think of 1, 2, 3, 4, I think of step by step. So that may be how we end up kind of dealing with this, is just step by step. We'll just get in, we'll buckle up, and take it step by step. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's 2, 3, 4. Which is actually 2 Lucas primes, and the last one, 4, is a square of the first Lucas prime. So there you are.
Okay. Okay, he's back. Come on, baby boy. I hope you can lie down here and just chill. My goodness. He's such a rambunctious thing, but he's really affectionate. So it's just really funny. Okay, my phone is. Well, it's on vibrate. That'll be fine. And it just vibrated from Raven Digitalis. What a special day. He's talking about, he practices a form of paganism that has Hindu holiday resonance. So he was telling me happy Holi earlier. So that's what he just texted me back. It's like so funny. So this is a really special time apparently in other cultures as well. So we'll put that aside. So guys, I'm firing up the Kindle. I found it. Ta-da! Cool. So we're firing it up to get to the beginning of Endari. So we have the image of the star flower here in the black and white book copy that we have, the e-book copy. So this is the star flower image that when we meditate on star flower water, this is the shape of the flower. And that's all you need is really the shape. You don't have to notice the details too much. Or any white flower that like you resonate with, because we do notice that white flowers really work for that meditation really well. So and making sure that we didn't have any, okay, nope, we're caught up in our comments. So we will be doing Linde Elenlote, the Song of the Starflower, to set the ritual circle energies. Okay. Okay, we'll begin in the center of our area, wherever we are. You can do it in any way you like. You can actually face the directions if you would like while you're doing this, because if you guys, are on your phone or, even if you're like just in the room, with your thing and you want to face directions, you want to face east if you can. Okay, and we will first, before we intone all of the tingwar for the directions, we want to intone Eru first, because Eru was the one where it all started, right? So we will intone Eru together, and hopefully it will come across. We haven't done ritual together on YouTube live stream like this. This is a first time, you guys. This is first. So we're going to see if we can hear me, Dave, and Dekindre intoning Eru. Okay, and you guys can just do the intoning, and when I say like this is what we're gonna say. Okay, so because you don't have the books and stuff with you, so we'll start. So what that does is it intones the energies of the origins of Ea. Okay, we just started. So now what we want to do, and I realize that this is not the new star that we created. We're redoing our book, and you guys who have the ebooks, you'll get notice when we upload a new copy. We have so many projects right now. So, but these are the 7 directions. And so when we are in the noon position of the 7 o'clock position, this is what we're talking about, the grid that we work with. And I'm kind of doing a review because we have some new people like Merlin, and I think there's some other new folks also. So where we want to first start is the one on the 4 o'clock position. Okay. So in front of us, we like visualize this grid in front of us, and we put our finger, like our finger, 2 fingers, wand, athame, like whatever you have, you can, and I just use my finger. Okay, so we want to put it at the 4 o'clock position in front of us. So facing east, you want to intone Elenia for star day. Okay, and then Anadia, and then Isilia, Aldulia, Menelia, Erenia, Valania, and then Arda to close it. Okay, so you just draw the symbol in front of you as you see it. So I'm just going to flow through that. Okay, so I'm going to be at 4 o'clock position. Okay, and you guys can intone with me or not. It's up to you. Elenia.
Okay.
finger over to the 8 o'clock position, Anaria. The 2 o'clock position, The 7 o'clock position is Alduya, the tree's day. The top, the noon position, Menelia. The 5 o'clock position, Earenia, the sea day or the mariner's day. The 10 o'clock position, Valanya. And then the 4 o'clock position, to close the shape back up, we say Arda, the earth, for closing it. Arda. And then we can either put our hands in Namaste or just open, like whichever way it feels right, but it feels right for me today, I don't know why, to open my hands. And this is where we say Eya, and we'll say it 3 times. Eya. 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 So now we want to call in the directions, and I wanted to show you guys what the peignoir for Roman east looked like before we traced it in front of us when we face east. So we trace this shape in front of us, and then we hold our hand in what would be called the fear not mudra, which is just your fingers together and your palm facing outward from you. Okay, we do this a lot when we like seal energy. Okay, we're sealing the eastern part of our, it's not a circle that's cut like the way that it is in witchcraft or anything. It's more loose, it's more natural, but it's nonetheless like anchoring those energies. Roman is how you pronounce this particular one. So we'll call in east right now. We now call on Manwë Sulimo, the High King of Arda, of the Eagles and the Winds, and his lady Varda Elentari, the Queen of the Stars, and the protector of Arda's children and Iluvatar's children on Arda. We welcome you into our circle, Aya. Now we want to go to the south, or you can just visualize south in your circle. And this is the peignoir for Hjarmen, which is south. So draw it in front of us. And we intone Hjarmen. Hjarmen. We now call on Tulkas, the youngest, bare-handed, ruddy warrior Vala, and Nessa, the sister of Orome and the friend of the deer, she who dances on the new green grass. We welcome you into our circle, Aya. Okay. I wanted to just double check and make sure that we still have sound with Dave and Dakindre.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure because I can't tell.
Okay.
Okay. So next, we want to face north, and this is the peignoir for north, and it's named Formen. So we'll draw this, and then we'll intone Formen. For men. We now call on Iole the smith, who dwells in the ground, the Vala of mining and crafting of metals and gemstones, he who created the dwarves as a gift to Ilúvatar, and our motherly Yavanna Kementari, the giver of fruits, the queenly Valië of Arda's maturing green vegetation of harvest and of the life that nourishes all of us. We welcome you into our circle. Aya.
Aya.
And now we want to, excuse me, the cat just clawed my foot. So apparently the energy is really stirring him up. You really need to stop doing that, honey. I guess that they let him do this. I don't know what else to do. This is the Tengwar for Ore, which is the heart, the inner mind that we trace on the center of our body, which is our heart chakra. Okay, but we intone me because it means within, because we're at the center of this formation. So let's trace this shape right onto our chest, which is the Ore symbol, but we intone me. Me. We now call on the hunter Vala Orome, the Lord of the Forests, he who loves the elves and wanders all of Arda on horseback with his horn, and Vana, the ever young and vital, she who aligns with the flowers and the new plant growth. We welcome you into our circle. Aya.
Aya.
And the cat says Aya too. You're a little Olympic, little short hair kitty. Okay. Next, we wish to make this above us. This is going to be above, okay? This is the Tengwar for Valië, the sky. So we draw this above us, but we intone or, which means above, because it's above us. And so if you want, you can put your ceiling mudra above and hold your hand more parallel to the ceiling. Or. We now call on Lorien, the Vala of the high light gardens, who nurtures our goals and dreams and visions, and Este the gentle, the Valië of physical rest, sleep, and healing. We welcome you into our circle. Aya.
Aya.
Now we want to face downward underneath us, and we have to use the Tengwar for Arda, which is the earth. And it looks like Roman in the east, but with like an extra tail. So we'll draw this in front of us. And then we will say undo, which means below. Undo. We now call on those of the Valar who walk alone. Ulmo, the brother of Manwë, and the powerful and protective Vala of all of the musical waters of Arda, and Nienna, the Valië of our transformation and our rebirth. It is she who, with her tears, intensely cleanses and restores all forms of fear, pain, and hurt that have come before. We welcome you into our circle, Aya.
Aya.
And I would actually say, Nienna, wash some of this away right now. Mm-hmm. I feel strongly that we need her energy right now to get to that next place. Let's go back to the original form of the original vision and level that up. We now want to do the Tengwar for west. This is Newman. Okay, so and this will be the last directional Tengwar. And then we hold our hand in the Fear Not Mudra and intone Newman. Newman. We now call on Namo, the Vala of balance and fair judgment of our respective paths of death, and Vairë the Weaver of the ever-changing black and white threads of time, the past, the present, and the future. We welcome you into our circle, Aya.
Aya.
And finally, while we are in the western part of our circle and emphasis, we either can, like if you guys have a candle, awesome, hold your candle. Even you can even hold a light, like even if it's like electric or battery, it doesn't matter. Or, and you can do this anywhere, you can hold your hands together and visualize a flame, like a candle flame, or you can draw in front of you like a regular flame, like you know how flame jumps. You can do however you feel flame, okay? Because this is the symbol of the flame imperishable, and that's what we're tuning into, that allows all of Aya to unfold as it is and keeps the basically the hearth of earth, okay, Ardada, lit with the flame imperishable. We will intone Iluve, which means the all, the everywhere. We acknowledge that we are one with Iluvatar, as well as the spirit of Christ consciousness for those who feel pulled to the Christian faith that are present today. And we feel the flame imperishable within us in our circle of celebration on this day and this evening. Laita.
Laita.
And I'm switching over to the actual ritual that we're going to start today. So that is the hardest part. Let us tonight celebrate Isilsulimë, the moon of the winds and the very breath of Ardada. This moon resonates with the High Lord of the Valar, Manwë, the King of the Eagles, who exercises his great airy powers of the laser-sharp vision and the sight all over Ardada, and because of this offers much in the way of his brother, the Vala Ulmo, does with the water realm. He also possesses the ability to weigh and judge fairly, as the Halls of Mandos does its task only at Manwë's bidding. Though he is the High King and the Lord of all of the Valar, he sees and is seen as equal, likened to Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. We ask Manwë if he will provide us protection, as well as wisdom and intelligence, patience, and calmness when faced with our decisions, and then particularly of a large magnitude of an importance in our lives. Light up. And I'll add right now, sometimes we don't know how much a small decision in our lives can end up becoming a really big decision, like making, turn in our lives. So we really, in some ways, need to be pretty careful with all of our decisions. So I think that just be mindful, but yet not full of the wrong information. We want to be full with what we need to know and still steer the ship. You know what I mean? So just something that I wanted to add. And importantly, we are also today celebrating Yestarë, the Elven New Year. This also welcomes the first season of the 6 Elven seasons. Tuile, the Elven spring. Let us welcome, after the slumber of cold, sleep, of the dark season, and the beautiful shades of light clear green that are all abound. The legendarium tells us Luthien danced on the day when long ago she first met Beren in the forest of Doriath. Quote, a night there was when winter died. Then all alone she sang and cried and danced until the dawn of spring and chanted some wild magic thing. Unquote. In Tia Eldalieva, Yestarë resonates with the Vali Vairë, the wife of Namo in the Halls of Mandos. Vairë is the weaver of the threads of our lives, our past, present, and even future. At times, these threads may change as needed. The fabrics of our lives are woven and may be rewoven. And the fabric represents the measurements of time and manifestation. We will meet with Vairë in order to fine-tune and repair our fabrics of our lives, which will provide us not only healing, but the direction for the new Elven year. And as this is an important Elven feast according to the Tolkien legendarium, let us feast the spirit with this wonderful energy of new growth, of love and life that is all around us. Let us plant our seeds and anticipate an abundant, productive, growing season ahead for all of our needs, our spiritual, our mental, emotional, and physical needs. Laita.
Laita.
So we want to prepare our water. If yours is tea, that is fine. You know, we're really flexible here. But water does really work really well. And that star image that I showed you earlier, we can infuse that into our beverage in whatever vessel that you are using. If you do not have any water with you and you don't want to stop, you can just use your hands like this and drink the water, the star-fused water, and just visualize that imprint into the water and let it start filling all of you. Just, you see the water, you see the flower, you see the life of spring coming in, going from head to toe like a fountain. Just that it's a waterfall fountain. We'll start our meditation soon. We want to now get comfortable with our feet flat on the floor and uncrossed, hands open, uncrossed, facing up or down. Just be relaxed. Just don't be in any way like restricting your energy. But at the same time, if you're one of the people that fall asleep, like just make sure that like you're upright or something. If you want to lay down and sleep through this too, I guess that's all right. I mean, this is your path. You experience the energies the way that you would like. We close our eyes and we notice that we are now standing on Koro Laire, the green mound of the 2 trees. We see the beautiful silvery moonlight of the white tree Telperion filling the left side of our body while we see left glowing silver. And while we see this light, we see it in our very blood. Especially circulate this silver light in our ajna or third eye chakra. as well as through your sacral or your orange chakra, which is located about 3 inches below your belly button. You can see other colors right now. It is totally fine. We just allow. And now we want to fill the right side of our body with the gorgeous golden sunlight of the golden tree laurelin, while seeing our right side glowing golden and the golden light in our very blood. You may see other colors along with the golden light too. It's all fine. Circulate this golden energy around, and while you see it in the blood area, we also see it in the crown chakra area at the top of the head, and the solar plexus area, which is just below the joining of your rib cage, right where it gets soft, or maybe in your case it's hard. Mine is kind of like firm there too, but it's muscle, it's not bone. Allow yourself to be nurtured above by this healing light. And next, feel your tree roots push deeper and deeper into Arda, our earth. Allow Arda to nourish you and nurture you. We feel more grounded and are connected to Arda, and maybe even feel like right now that we are Arda, the earth. You may see more colors. If so, they are fine. As you have extended roots with your feet, we allow the arms, hands, and fingers, and even our hair to become the various branches of the 2 trees, and see yourself reach to Valië, the sky, in all directions. As you extend your branches, you also wish to extend your roots further, to be as above, so below. A mirror image, if you will. Remember that in order for your branches to reach to the far spaces of elven and ancestral memory, that it is best to be centered in the source so that you can go even further. Now, just as the trees had a symbiotic relationship, we now see the silver light and then shift to the golden light. And we see these fluctuating, but in a balanced, beautiful way, and in nature's ever-wise way. And the seasons flow. At this point, we feel very connected to Ea and Ilúvatar. We may also connect with the Valar and any of our Maiar or Elven guides at this point. You may also start getting some visions or messages of some sort, and may even more fully be reawakening your Elven DNA and or ancestral memory. We allow all of these to take their respective courses as we continue with this meditation. The cat is very busy here wanting to distract me.
Okay.
She's pretty happy. I'll give her that. We now wish to visualize ourselves as being able to fly like the eagles to meet with Manwë. We turn our attention now to the lofty dwelling of Manwë and Varda, the White Mountain Tanequetil, and fly with Manwë so that he may show what you So what he wishes to show you. So let's fly with Manwë and the eagles. We know that Manwë is protecting, and always does, much the same way that Ulmo protects us, though their domains differ. So we're protected in the air domain as we fly. He may reveal to you images and thoughts and symbols, even stories, correspondences, and he may give you much intellectual material to contemplate. We remember what he reveals, and we just flow with it. We spend some time with Manwë, as it takes some time. Before we start the wind music, we're going to also invite Vairë in her way to come to you. And that way we can meditate with either Manwë or Vairë or both in whatever way the meditation music will help you. We are going to use wind as the soundtrack today. So we'll have a lot of versatility. So you'll notice here in the background, I have a lot of Vairë the Weaver kind of stuff, and I'm house sitting right now. So I had to come up with this morning. And the Hindu god tapestry, and then the piano over here for weaving music. And that's a very airy thing like Manwë too. So we have some inspiration here for you today. Let's meet with Vairë. We now pay a visit to the Halls of Mandos, to the wife of Namo, Vairë the Weaver. See her draped in gray and weaving the white and the black threads to weave back into balance and into manifestation and existence. We can now ask her to show us the fabric of our lives that is being woven well, which is manifesting beautifully and in balance. Really look at this fabric that she shows you. It may appear that colors are different, prints, patterns, whatever you see, trust that that is the aspect of your fabric, your story, that you are weaving well. And now ask Vairë to see the fabric of your life that really would be better unraveled and rewoven. Old patterning of prior bad decisions, prior and energies that are not in your control, generational family energies, cultural energies, collective energies. Some of these things that don't belong in your story anymore. Ask Vairë to help you unravel only those places and trust that she knows which places those are. We note that our feelings about it, we want to trust Vairë to just watch her unravel it. So go through the vision process of watching her unravel the fabric that is not going so well. The story of your life that's not going so well. We want to unravel all of that right now, all the way down to the last thread. Don't worry, nothing gets wasted. We can reweave these threads into beauty and into new intention. So don't feel like unweaving the fabric or unraveling is going to unravel anything that you are not supposed to have, okay? You're supposed to have what you have. You do have the fabric that she showed you earlier. And now we want to improve it. And she can improve it with the threads that she unravels. She can reweave those. It's not a problem. Let her unravel. And then maybe you want to watch her reweave your new pattern. Let's see what she shows you. Let's see her fabric that she's bringing. Notice the colors, notice the print, feel the texture, and try to get the message of what the problems were and why the fabric is now stronger in the new patterning that she is showing you, and to keep weaving it for you, to keep the weaving itself going, even as we go into the Elven New Year. We now see some of the core of many of our deep issues right now. We see ourselves unraveling right down to the last thread, and we're reweaving it right now. Maybe it's new colors, it's a new pattern. Whatever she's showing you, whatever she wants to make history, his story, her story, your story, ask her for help. And since we have Manwë here today with the full moon of Isilsulimë, ask Manwë's help. Manwë has the best sight for fairness, for intelligence, for weighing energies. He's fantastic for that. Let's make the fabric the very best we can this year. And we have a lot of energy behind that, as we noticed from our earlier conversation. When every bit of the fabric that is to be gone is gone, we say goodbye. Just release it, say goodbye to that pattern, that release, because you know that she's reweaving something better with you. We say goodbye. And we say hello. We say, Aya, welcome the new pattern of our lives. We want to thank Vairë as we get ready for transitioning to feast with the elves. And the elves are bringing in a fun and quickening feast. And we try to embrace the coming warm weather in which new growth is all around and the leaves are turning into the most clear light green color, that fresh, brisk spring energy. It feels right. We can plant some seeds, literal seeds, outside that represent our wishes for the coming year. You may want to plant it indoors too. If any of the Valar or Maiar or any of them show up in the meditation, communicate to them about today and something that means something to you personally that you're working with. They may have messages right now. I'm going to implement a wind soundtrack, and right now I'm trying to figure out how many minutes of wind that we need in order to come to the conclusion that we'll need to do all of this work today, because it's a lot of work. It says 25 minutes.
In IVCF for a longer one, we usually do at least 20 minutes. So
okay, yeah, it's saying 25 today.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that we're all doing a lot of work right now. And so I thank you for a longer than usual meditation, not only because of what we're talking about, but what we are going to be experiencing. I'm bringing up the screen right now for the wind music. And what we will do is meditate for 25 minutes. I'm going to set my clock. We're starting the clock. Yes, Ian, coffee is going to work today. If that is your liquid, that will work. It's beautiful. Actually, I guess you can see the images of white flowers on a good black background. So you do what you do. Can everyone hear the wind soundtrack?
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, thank you. Our meditation can now come to a close. We want to thank all of the Valar, especially Manwë and Vairë, for being with us in this ritual today, and all of their assistants. We now slowly come back to the physical world, and we remember everything today that has transpired. We want to bid Manwë and Vairë and any others farewell, and we turn our attentions back to Koro Larire, the green mound of the two trees, bringing your consciousness into the trees themselves. And we now draw in our branches. And as we do so, we want to also unroot from Ardada, but we realize we always have the connection to Ardada, the earth, and Valië, the sky, and Menel, the heavens. And they support us always. Next, we want to slow down the golden energy. And then we slow down the silver energy until these energies become small and portable. We keep a little piece of each of these lights, and we visualize the combined light becoming the 3 Silmarils, the jewels that made with the light of the 2 trees by Feanor, the elf. You can keep these jewels with you, even in your pocket, so that you can access their healing energy anytime that you wish. And now we want to take a deep breath. And if you're still a little out of your body, that's okay. We'll get there. But if you need to be back right now, put a little bit of salt on the tip of your tongue, or eat or drink. That can bring you back into your body. We want to extend our final acknowledgements and open the circle. Our work is done. We acknowledge the existence of Iluvatar, the all that is, and the flame imperishable, while we are in circle, and we thank the Christ Spirit for being with us in circle for Christians who are present in our circle today. And may we see all of this presence outside of this circle, Laita.
Laita.
We thank all of the Valar, and in particular to Manwë and to Vairë, for being with us in the circle today and for carrying out in spirit our work done here today or tonight. We hereby open ourselves to you, even outside of this circle, Laita.
Laita.
We acknowledge and are grateful to the elements and the directions, and to the silver and the golden light for creating our blessed space in which we may do our spiritual work on this sacred day or sacred night. Laita.
Laita.
And now we want to take all of this energy that we generated in the ritual today and push it down into Ardada, the earth, for healing. Ardada, here is a gift of energy of our purest intent of love, light, and healing that comes from the very deepest places of our hearts. And may it heal you and all of your inhabitants and bring all things to natural balance. The circle is now open. Laita.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering how many people we lost in the wind thing. I don't know if you heard it here on my screen, but here in Montana, that we do have high wind warnings today. And one of the things that happened was about 15 minutes into the meditation of 25 minutes, there was a gigantic gust of wind that ripped through here. I literally thought that something happened. Okay, it was, I don't know if it shows up on the recording or not. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it unnerved me. Okay, it was pretty strong, and it blew for a while. Wow. And now it seems to be calm again. I mean, it's still a little windy, but wow. I was like, okay, something's going on. And I wanted people, if they are still in our audience and still, you know, maybe they're still getting back into their body, maybe they had to, you know, drink something, go eat something, you know, get back in their body. I would like to see and wait and see if some of our meditating people in our live chat, and even if you had never been to one of our rituals before, we invite you to type in your experiences that, you know, that meant something to you while you were meditating to all of what has happened and been in circle and created this sacred space for yourself, and to see like what's happening. I wanted to share with us verbally like what we had, if you guys so feel enchanted to do so. I feel like I'll share mine. I can share mine first. I can share it later. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Merlin said the power went out last night. Oh, at his house. Okay. And straight line winds and some hail yesterday. Okay. Very interesting.
I have a short
Dave.
I have a short meditation too, but you can share yours first if you want.
Okay. Well, now do you have to, oh wait, no, yours is rescheduled for tomorrow, right? Your other event?
Yeah. The IV Yestarë.
Yeah. Is IVs public or private this time?
Ours is always kind of public. It's simultaneously public and private in the sense that if you have the link for the Discord server, anybody can join the Discord server, but we don't publicize it everywhere. You know,
I understand. Yeah. And if you feel like you want to publish that link, or you know, like if you make a post to our Tia Eldaleva page, because you're part of Tia Eldaleva and you're part of Il Salute Valion still.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So
yeah, if it's fine with you,
yeah. Absolutely do that on the page. Okay. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
So, Dekindre, did you want to also today share your experience that you had in meditation?
Not at the moment.
Not right now? Okay.
Today, yeah.
I understand, because sometimes things, when they come in, we're processing them still. Like, we won't know for a week sometimes what we're looking at.
Exactly.
Oh, Merlin, thank you. He says he loves the three of us. Isn't that sweet?
That's cool.
Merlin, you can share your what, you know, type in the chat. Like, we want to see like how you experienced today's ritual. This was your first ritual, if I'm not mistaken, and it just so happens to be a public ritual. But you know, I think it's a pretty tight circle today, because I didn't feel a lot of strange interferences like I usually do with public rituals. Like, I mean, this felt like a really good and powerful.
Yeah, it really did. Felt clean.
Clean. One of the things, I mean, theme-wise, that I was receiving in my meditation was how clean the energy is for me right now. Like, it was just showing me, like, you know, just like rainbow pastel colors. I'm like, really? Like, me? You know, like Capricorn, like I'm always in gray and all of this stuff. But, you know, I was getting some amazing, you know, like, I mean, it was like layers of like fluorite and beautiful, you know, carnelian colors and you know, chalcedony and aventurine, and just, you know, really chrysocolla color, maybe it would be a better match. Turquoise, beautiful colors. I mean, you know, Vairë, and then she did it in a really weird way, because it looked like it was underwater and flowing, like, and then it would have bubbles coming out. Like, it was really, really cool. Let's see. Ian says, or you could step out of them mentally and see the bigger picture, so to speak, because it was kind of multidimensional. Yeah. I really understand that. Hang on a second. Let me see what you said first, because it looks like
you have to go up
my
higher.
whole thing changed here. I apologize. I'm not reading it from the right place. Let me go back up. I saw the tapestries of Vairë. It wasn't like a regular tapestry that you might see from medieval Europe, but they were moving kind of similar to a video depicting historical scenes. If you keep looking, you get the sense of time, and you could immerse yourself in these tapestries, or you could step out of them mentally and see the bigger picture, so to speak. It was kind of multi-dimensional. And yes, that's the third message. Start a couple messages up. Okay, yes, I did that. I wanted to have that all together. And then Merlin said, I feel lighter energy-wise. Wonderful. And I love that picture, Ian, that you're talking about. That happened to me too, but like in a totally unexpected way. I actually thought that I would see patterns in it, but it was like clear. It was just silk fabric or something, just clear colors, and then it would just like swim around, mutate, and then the colors would change in the fabric, and then also when the wind gusted up, that was like, I guess, my note that Manwë is around, you know, like over here in Montana with all of the wind happening. And notice it's happening again right now. I don't know if you can see behind me, but the trees are absolutely bending, and there's so much whistling right now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, okay. Hello, Manwë. On God Carr says, I saw water coming from a loom and the tapestry being woven on. Did all of us see water with the tapestries today?
I didn't see water. Mine was
wow. Now, do you think, I mean, we did talk about Ulmo and Nienna a little bit, and I actually, you know, said, hey, Nienna, help us out. Ooh, maybe that was what that was. And Merlin says, strangely there too, the wind. Really? Where are you, Merlin? Type it in. Mariel McKenzie says, yes. So all of us had, wow, really? Are we all having the same vision? That's incredible. That's incredible. Dave, I'll go ahead and have you verbally start on what you want to share, and then that way, I'll still read other people what they're typing.
I actually typed it up, but I don't have any way to. When I go to chat, you know, comments. There's no text box for me to enter it. Would I have to go to like the YouTube link or something and then do it there, or kind of, or could I just post it in private chat and then you could repost it? In the
good idea. Okay. Yes. Do it in private chat. Okay. I'll switch over my screen. Do it in private chat, and then I'll
because there's some links there.
And I'll paste it, and then I'll put Dave in the front or something like that.
Right. Okay. Now this was a little bit different with me because I'm more clairvoyant, but this was more of a clairsentient thing. So let me post it in here. There we go. Okay. There we are. It's actually two links there. It kind of broke it up, but the little dagger mark there is near the end is the second link.
Okay.
This thing kind of broke it up and wove it all into one thing. But anyway, I don't know if any people have read the Lost. People on the chat have read the Lost Tales in any detail, but I was early in my meditation. It was almost like Vairë was sending me messages, not exactly speaking to me, but sending me messages. There's a story there about Fanuin, Ranuin, and Danuin, which means basically year, month, and day. And there's a part of the Hiding of Valinor tale in the Lost Tales where these celestial bodies become synchronized and linked in time. And that's a mythological story of how that's done. And so I put there, and then then I remembered that the person who told that tale was also named Vairë. She was an elf, not a Vala, and this was, thousands of years later, but nevertheless, it's kind of an interesting coincidence. And then I was shown this thing that looked like I couldn't tell if it was bone or metal because it had a high luster to it when I first saw it, and then I saw it had 4 holes in it, and that's the link in there about the Stone Age rope weaving device that I looked for the shape online, and that's the page that I came across.
Yeah. I tried to post the link twice because from my end on the StreamYard piece, it didn't link properly, so I posted the link by itself again in a different comment. And I hope that it's resonating with you guys. I'll try to go back in on the YouTube side and correct that later.
Right.
So I'll keep Dave's thing in queue. In fact, let me see if I can do that now. Paste. Yep. Okay. Yes, it's in queue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it directly on YouTube in the regular comments rather than the live chat, so people can see it even if they come to the video later.
Yeah. Okay. That's
okay. Cool. Now, when a person plays the replay of this video, I did enable live chat to run simultaneous with the video while you watch it. But I will also put it in the comments. So the live chat and the comments are 2 different places on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I will later, when the ritual ends today, I will go to the YouTube link and I will post this comment again in the comments.
Okay.
Dave. So people should get it that way. It shouldn't be a problem.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now, I do believe earlier that we did get another comment. So I'm looking here. Okay, on Godcar, we talked about the water coming in from the loom, and so all of us had watery tapestry images. Very interesting. Okay, I'm not sure what Merlin meant by Bama, but maybe it was Bam, like meaning the wind. So I totally get that. Mariel McKenzie says, mine was like an iridescent silken material floating in water. Weird. I had the same thing. And that is so crazy. Okay, but maybe not, because here we are all in ritual for, the purposes of, working together. And so maybe we're all seeing kind of like, not just for ourselves, but kind of a collective energy of where Tia Eldalieva, the Elven Spiritual Path, is going in a direction of purity and of like multicolored, cleansing of all the things, all the layers, all of everything, and that it's already cleaning a lot. Ian says, for me, the images flowed like water. Merlin says, yes, the winds being strong, and he's in Alabama, you guys. So I'm in Montana.
That's what his Bama.
So he's
Bama
closer to me then. He's closer to me.
Alabama.
I'm in Georgia. I'm in North
Georgia.
And
yeah, Dave is in Georgia. So, and are you experiencing wind there, Dave, by chance?
Not the type of tornadic stuff that we got a few days back. That was more from Atlanta southward, but we did get some strong straight line thunderstorm winds here. Basically gust front stuff, but didn't damage anything. Brought down a few tree limbs.
It's not crazy, but it's cool when it happens. So he's talking probably about my comment of like, it's crazy like that we're all seeing the same thing, and then yet it's really not. But he's right. It's just cool. Yeah. It's like, yay.
Yeah.
But what I mean though is that it's so cool that you almost feel like you're crazy, but we're not crazy, right? We're not crazy. I'm checking. Not crazy. I sometimes feel like I am though, and especially this week since the equinox, it's been pretty eventful. And as Kendra shared earlier, like the dimensional shifts, and that like Merlin shared earlier, that it's like Mandela effects. Yes, so much stuff happening.
If you hear purring, that's my cat Hunter. He's up on my lap.
Oh, cute. So it's exactly the top of the hour. So I think that it's a good time to end this today. We'll have some announcements and stuff. And just to let you guys know that the board, meaning the three of us that you see, we're going to be meeting on Wednesday to discuss a whole bunch of stuff, because there is many things on the burner right now. Wanted to tell you that I did get the word today that the new situation for hosting the website is happening. So that's wonderful. And we have the next time that we will see the teachers is next Sunday, same time, the same time as the ritual today, for the second Vala Quinta class that is of the Maiar. And the first class was so good. It was really good. And we were really happy to be back and doing this stuff. And we really missed you guys. And Merlin says blessings. Blessings. So yeah, we're gonna sign off of the live stream here pretty soon, so that everybody can go about their day, their evening, what have you. But we will be back. We just want to tell you we're having our annual meeting, and it's a big deal. We're getting some house cleaning done after all of the changes of Kimber-El and Alira leaving within the last year, which has been some dramatic shifts happening. But I really feel like it's in a good direction now, and we're really happy about how things are coming together. Muriel, yes, heart. She has a heart. So we're gonna let you all sign off. Laita, many blessings to all of you, and all of you who are watching the replay. We wish blessings to you too. And have a wonderful, wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon, wonderful weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.